Hey, it's Woody here, and welcome back to episode 8 and the start of a brand new season in Saving Luton Town. I mean, I guess they've already been saved. We proved that last season by finishing 11th, I think it was. Anyway, before we get into this transfer start of season episode, can I just ask you, if you're watching this and you're not yet subscribed, if you could, it would mean a lot to me. And don't forget to hit that like button. Got past 400, 500 subscribers is the next target. Now, yes, we still have 32 million in the bank. So I've spent about 50 million of it. I've moved quite a bit into wages as well. So maybe I haven't spent that much. Maybe I think I've spent just under 70 actually, because we sold some players and whatnot, and I've put a little bit here and a little bit, on the never and all that kind of jazz. Before we get into those transfers, the best thing is that we have our opening game of the season against Arsenal again. Whoop-de-doo. God, I hope it's not 13-0. We've been pretty good in pre-season friendlies, mind you, but we will go get into those transfers in a minute. Like I said, overall balance is very good. Budget is 32 million still left, so there is room to bring in another player, or 2 or 3 or 4, depends how much they cost, obviously. I don't know, I might leave some in there for January anyway. The club vision, so they B+, or there's a board takeover in process as well, which is excellent. Basically looking for me to stave off relegation, or attempt to avoid relegation this season. But we all know why we're here. It is those transfers. Let's go and check out all the money that I've spent. And here is the first player in. It is Leo Grimiel. He is an Austrian centre-back, 22 years old, 4 caps for Austria and 2 goals. So quite the scoring record he has at international level. We needed an improvement at centre-back. So he has come in. He has cost us 5 million after one season at Schalke in the Bundesliga after coming from Rapid Vienna. Fairly decent there, but I just, I saw him and I was like, look, he's got some good all-round stats. He's young. These are high numbers here for his physicals are good determination. He's brave. He's aggressive. He gets the crowd going. He does dive into tackles, which is always fun. But yeah, just an improvement all around, and he is a consistent performer as well. So, and obviously he can be a threat from set pieces with those 2 goals for his national team. Anyway, first player through the door is Leo Grimiel, something like that. We definitely needed an upgrade in goalkeeper, and Luiz Jr. is a Brazilian goalkeeper who I've been keeping tabs on for a little bit of a while. Really impressed with this guy. Has some really, really good stats at a young age as well. I like his reflexes and his jumping reach in particular. And once again, fairly consistent performer. Really good. We're paying him a lot of money. That's what happens when you need to get these players into the club. Paid 10 million for him from Famalicão. Played 34 games last season, conceded 30 goals with 15 clean sheets and 16 player of the matches. So he is definitely someone to look out for. I have a feeling he's got a minimum fee. Yeah, 80 million. A lot of the guys I brought in have got minimum fees for a really large amount of clubs in the Champions League. So hopefully he'll come in. He is first choice goalkeeper with Ivan Arabolida, so they'll probably compete if we compare those 2 players. As you can see here, Luiz Jr. better in some aspects, Ivan better in a few others. So it'll be a bit of a toss-up between those 2 to see who competes for that number 1 jersey. I mean, Luiz Jr. is literally wearing the number 1 jersey, but figuratively, you know what I mean. So player back, Luca Romero, I pulled the trigger, decided to get him for another season on loan. Has been pretty good in the friendlies, 7 games, 2 goals, 3 appearances. Yes, he didn't wow us last year, but he is young. We do have a optional future fee this time of 25 million, but I just thought he has progressed quite nicely. He's going to come in as a squad player. We don't have to register him, and it just gives us a bit of a boost. Obviously, he can play up front, out wide, and behind the striker as well. So, Luca Romero, back for another season at Kenilworth Road. We definitely needed an upgrade at right back, and I did pull the trigger, and I got Max Aarons back into the club. Obviously, we all know Max Aaron's absolute superstar in this game. Turns out really, really good. Can play left back. Predominantly will be right back. The best thing is, though, he is... it doesn't have it here, but he is a Luton Town junior. I think if we go and have a look at his information, eligibility, it doesn't say. I did get $1.5 million after we paid, how much did we pay for Max Aaron's? 30 million. So I got $1.5 million back because it was a sell-on fee from Luton Town. So I'm pretty sure, I didn't just imagine that. Max Aaron's was a Luton junior. So it's a bit annoying he's not homegrown at club, but definitely homegrown in nation and a really, really good right back. Another player we've got in is Juan Carlos Portillo. He is an Argentinian right back, left back, centre back. Not the biggest centre back, but this guy is predominantly going to play for us at left back. Fairly strong left foot, very strong right foot. Will also double up on the right hand side there with Max Aaron's. Once again, is a fairly consistent performer as well. Really, really love that trait there for these sort of players. $5.5 million coming from Talleres last year, where he hasn't been too bad. 18 games, 2 goals, 1 assist, 6.87. So, not too bad, and can also play midfield if needs to as well. But he has got some excellent physicals here, stamina, natural fitness. I really like them, especially from the guys who play wing back, who play in that fullback position there. They do a lot of work. So there's Juan Carlos Portillo. Plus, he looks like he's got a sick neck tattoo there of possibly some sort of bird. Another Argentinian, we have delved into the South American market, as you do in Football Manager. Augustin Guille. Augustin. He is a right back and also a midfielder, surprisingly. Not with your 5 finishing, you're definitely not a Mazzala, mate. But he is definitely a really, really solid 19-year-old fullback here. Once again, physically really good, that natural fitness, stamina, strength, pace, agility, good stats in all the right positions. A little bit low on anticipation and decisions and positioning, but at 19 years old, this guy can definitely progress. $4.5 million. Has played some senior games for San Lorenzo under his belt there. Really, really good to get this guy in. He will deputise to Max Aaron's this season as well. Played in the FIFA Under-20 World Cup for Argentina. Played 7 appearances for his national team in the Under-20 World Cup and was fairly decent there. So Augustin Guille, I think? Yeah. Back up, right back. Nice. And we definitely needed another striker to complement Adebayo up front, and we brought in Matias Arezzo, the 20-year-old Uruguayan. Once again, this guy has bags and bags of potential, also potential as well. He has literally just signed, so he hasn't played any games for us. He's quite unfit, unfortunately, but he is also a fairly consistent performer. I've been trying to get a lot of guys in who are consistent. He has potential ability of 5 stars at the moment. Was at Granada last. Granada bought him from River Plate, 2.8 million. Played La Liga 2 goals there before he went on loan to Penarol and played 6 continental games and was awful. So great stuff. But pretty good scoring record in Uruguay for his national for his hometown club, I guess you can call it that. But once again, advanced forward, really good here. Decent physical mentals as well, and he's coming as a squad player because I didn't want to take away from Adebayo. I didn't want to bring in another striker over the top. So he's done such a good job, and I really want to see how he can go with another season. So they are all the transfers in. We spent 68 million on the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. Is there anyone from last season who I totally forget? Yes, there is. There is one, Derek Cohn. So we brought this guy in because we need a left back. This was obviously before Portillo. He's come in, the 24-year-old German Ghanaian. He was at Hanover last season in the Bundesliga Vi. Pretty decent from a Bayern Munich player as well. Lots of games in Eredivisie as well. So really, really looking to get this guy in. Can obviously play centre-back as well if need be, although he's not the tallest, but he is really good physically once again out on that left-hand side there, and really, really good all-round stats as well. And here it is again, fairly consistent performer. He came in for 4 million, and once again, he will be a backup or more of a squad option on that left-hand side. Now, because obviously those signings coming in, that did mean Amari Bell was not needed, and he, yes, he's rapid, but at 29 years old, he wasn't really going to get much better, so I thought, let's try and cash in on this guy, and he's gone to Necaxa. That's now in Mexico for 5 million. So pretty good considering we got him on a free, really. And he was okay for us in the Premier League, but the only one assist wasn't really that great. Other players out, Gabriel Osho, he went for 100k to Coventry. Elliot Thorpe went to Notts County, young player. Cauley Woodrow on a free. Tom Lockyer on a free. Luke Berry, he's gone out on loan. Those sort of the first team players that we needed to shift. Cauley Woodrow and obviously Tom Lockyer going on a free. It was really, really hard to shift them. Really, really, really hard. So they unfortunately had to go for no money. They're the free transfers. They released players. I guess the biggest ones are Admiral Muskie. He now plays for Northampton. Once again, didn't really play too much for us last season, 6 games. Did get a Premier League goal though. Reece Burke is another one who got released, which I was umming and ahhing about Reece Burke, but really at the end of the day we've got enough central defenders. But it's crazy that nobody has picked this guy up yet, because he is quite a good central defender or right back. You have a look here. It doesn't say, but he's probably a good championship player. So sad to see him go. Other than that, there's a whole bunch of youth players who just weren't up to cutting the mustard. So that's happening like that. Got a few transfers in the background. Not going to spoil them for you just yet. That will be the second episode where we come back after we sort of get our season rolling, which probably would be Everton, Brentford, maybe. I don't know, somewhere around there. But I don't know what I'm talking about. That we haven't even got this game of the season done yet, and it is against Arsenal, which is a little bit nerve-wracking because first game of last season, our first game in the Premier League, they absolutely spanked us 13-0. Granted, we had a very different team then, but here we are. So Arabolita is going to keep that position in goal over Junior Luiz, just because, I'm still not 100% sure on that. Junior Luiz is not competitive. 6.94, he hasn't been too bad. Arabolita, 7.3, so he just pips in there, and he was our first goalkeeper from last season. So Max Aarons will start at right back, Gremiel with Mads Anderson and Portillo at left back. So almost a whole, I'd say not really quite a whole new back four, but Mads Anderson is the one player from the Arsenal game. Campbell is obviously our captain this season. I think he was injured for that game, so he didn't play. Jose Fernandez, Crispy Chong is another one, and Adebayo. So only 1, 2, 3 original players. Oh, and Arabolita as well. No, Arabolita didn't play in that game, did he? But he was getting to sign in. So of the original Luton crew, it's only Chong, Adebayo, Campbell, Anderson who were at the club when I came here. On the bench, Freddie Onyedimina. You can never get his name right. Freddie Onyedimina. Freddie is the only other one on the bench there, and obviously Mpanzu as well keeps his spot. Other than that, we've still got Ngalo here as well. Fabricio Diaz is injured, as is Orojas. Costa doesn't make the bench. Was a little bit ropey last season, but we'll see how he goes. Jed Steer is down there as a third option. Goalkeeper. Oh, a lot of stuff to get through. Just one more thing. Jack Walton, I don't really care about you. The main player I want to look at is our promising players from last season was Charlie Akwe, the striker. He looks really, really decent. The one I'm really pumped with is Tom Prime. This guy looks like he could be pretty special. So we might see a couple of games with those two making the team as well. We've also got Craig King and Lewis Matondo as well. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Let's just get into the game. I have upgraded some of the staff. We have been allowed to get a few extra staff members in, which is good. Matthias Arezzo, 12. No, you're not really 12. It just doesn't seem like a striker number. we'll go for those ones there. He's not fully fit, but he is going to make the bench as we do lack options up front, which is a bit of an issue if we did get like an injury to either Adebayo or Matthias Arezzo. We would struggle to push someone up front, but I guess we could always do, some filling in with Luca Romero, Julian Fernandez, and potentially Crispy up front as well. So it's a strong Arsenal team. We don't want to look at that anymore. So yeah, and then I think we just sort of deal with it there. We don't obviously have any European competition to contend with as well. So no issues with, heavy game time. One thing I did forget to show you was the season preview. Oh God, I was going to say spoiler alert, as we look like to concede an early goal, and we do. Great. Oh, this is going to go just as badly as last season. That was an absolute poor pass from the back. Arable leader there. Remiel. That's poor to Campbell. Oh, did he not see Kai Havertz? I could see Kai Havertz there. Anyway, the media have us predicted to finish slap bang down the bottom with the Manish clubs at the moment who are there. So the three promoted teams are Leeds, Southampton and Leicester. They've got them like mid-table. It's absolutely crazy. As Arsenal on the ball again, it is Declan Rice now down this right-hand side, but Campbell makes a really strong tackle there. And oh my God, I thought we were going to have another poor pass lead to a goal. Martinelli there, Anderson heads away. It's Jesus on the ball. He's pushed away, but cuts back inside and tries to just sort of dink it into the top left-hand corner, but he can't. And we're 35 minutes in at that point, and there's been one shot on target. There's two now from Arsenal, and a header there. Oh, Ramsdale and Zinchenko combining there to keep that one out of the net, but pretty lackluster first half from both us and Arsenal, really. They've had 3 shots on target for an XG of 4.1, and we've been pretty damn poor. I am going to give the boys a bit of a rev up, to say that we're not going to win if we don't shoot, and, damn straight, we're not going to win if we don't shoot. But it changed to attacking and also demanded more, which, we didn't do anything until this highlight turned up, so, it was like almost 10 minutes of football with nothing. But Fernandez, Campbell, Chong, oh, he was too soft with the finish there. Right, we are going to make some substitutions to try and affect this game, and one of them is going to be Santiago Heze, who is quite injured at the moment. So we will get him off for Gagliardini, who is going to come on. Julian Fernandez is playing terrible, obviously. So it's going to be Luca Romero out on that right-hand side. Are these two still swapping over? No. I didn't want that happening. I thought I changed that. Obviously, I didn't. Who else is playing crap? Oh, Crispy and Adebayo. Far out, honestly. They're a bit short of wingers. I am trying to get another winger in because it's just a bit of a struggle at the moment with, old Freddie here is not quite Premier League standard, but we are going to get him on. We might just do the 2 substitutions at the moment. 3 actually, my bad. 3 substitutions at the moment. And we'll try and get the last 2 in. Adebayo could be one of them. Odegaard with a free kick. Arabolita, that's a smart save. But Arsenal get the ball back. But Kim is offside there. And realistically, it should be 0-0 at this point. Oh, I've done that thing. There we go. It's gone. I was going to make a substitution, but we will play out this highlight and see what happens. But Adebayo is certainly looking to be one of the players to come off. Chong, that's not the best pass. He's not having the best games either. I guess there's shouts for replacing Chong for a better sort of shadow striker, but he was good for us last year. Was it 16 goal contributions in the league? And Chong, there he is now, and Adebayo, and someone put the ball in the back of the net, and it's Freddie, the man who I said was not good enough for the Premier League. And it is another defensive howler in this game that has led to a goal. It is Saliba this time. It's Luca and Gagliardini and Saliba there. Chong. Saliba doesn't deal with it here, and Freddie gets it. Zinchenko can't get to him, and we manage to grab a goal. Right. Let's make some of those changes. We will bring Matthias Arezzo on for his debut, see if he can do something. Alan Campbell's looking a bit tired, as is Max Aarons. So he might bring on Derek Con for Max Aarons and move Portillo out to right back. Last two changes there. See what these two can do. And are we going to do some sort of smash and grab here and beat Arsenal? That's a turn up for the books compared to our first game last season. But I was going to say, it doesn't look like it as time's running out, but we've got a free kick, and it is Luca now. It's a great ball onto Matthias Arezzo. Tries to find Chong, but he can't. And Odegaard, and now Arsenal on the counter. We drop back to positive. It is Jesus de Horta. Smith Rowe just kills it. Disappointing all round, really. Disappointing all round. Well, I thought we had enough to get a draw there, but yeah, I guess I'm proud of them. They really sort of turned it around a bit in the second half. What do fans say? Don't hear any excuses on here. We shouldn't have lost that. I don't know. Is it, would have liked to have seen Aaron alongside different teammates, Isabella. Wow, okay, all right. Harsh. We've got some... I've terminated some contracts of some scouts who are not good enough. Other than that, let's see out Heze's injury. Twisted knee, 6 to 8 days, that's fine. Right, like I said, it is going to be 7 episodes for this season, so I am going to try and get a chunk, just in case we have some sort of crazy cup run like we did last season, but I'd love to play that Leeds game, but we maybe will, we'll see how we go. We're probably going to come... hold on, those last games. I always do that. Dithering, clicking at the end of the video. I'm just going to come back, and you are going to watch this video like you've watched this one. Hope you guys enjoy this. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.